you.
I want to address your comment about the stage.
You want to come up here, or you want to address
I'm
this?
coming back here.
Okay. This is Judith Parker Proctor.
Margaret J. and I had a meeting with Brownie Flasher and David Deere. I think it was about October, and we spent about 2 hours in David Deere's office asking questions about the courthouse, and we specifically asked about the courtroom. We were told, Margaret was under the impression it was going to be turned into a dance hall. I hadn't heard that one, and I thought that was kind of funny. But Brownie Plaster told us that it was going to be used for performances. It's going to be used stay basically the same as it is. They're going to take out the false ceiling and so that nice tin tiles that are still up there will be opened up. But that it is going to be used for performances. This thing about the community room has only come up since they've been making a big deal now about the artifacts and how they're going to, and that's been coming out in the paper recently. I think they're trying to clean up their act, and they're putting more and more in the paper about the artifacts. So the community room has been more of a point recently. But Brownie told Margaret and me that it was going to be used for performances. Those performances are going to have to meet the standards of the Earl Scruggs family. And this was told to us by Brownie and David Deere.
Okay. Let me think about it. Do we have any more official? Okay, Mr.
Let me respond to that. Some time ago, I made a recommendation to the county manager and to the commissioners, which Commissioner Hutchins also approved and voiced his support. And this is back in the February, it's back in the fall, and I don't have the exact date. But I made a recommendation that the courtroom be restored back to its original as much as financially possible, and that it be used for community meetings, community gatherings, for City of Shelby Council meetings if they so desire to use it for that, and that consideration be given for it to be named after a couple of former political giants from Cleveland County. That has been discussed pretty thoroughly among the commissioners, and
Ask him to come up. Look, we can't hear. We got a hard of hearing man up here. Could you come up?
I will try to answer your questions as much as I can. I'm here to listen and to listen to your complaints that you may have, and I think Commissioner Hutchins will agree with me. We're here to try to be a conduit back to the Board of Commissioners, and if we need to develop additional strategy, I think that we're open to that. I'm very well aware that I'm an elected official. I was elected to serve citizens of Cleveland County, and that's what I want to do to the best of my ability. And I will do that to the best of my ability, knowing full well that when you're an elected official, you can't please everybody, but you can try your best to make everybody aware of the facts as they are. And I think that's what Commissioner Hutchins and I really want to try to convey. We want to try to make the facts aware and let you know, too, that all the facts are not complete. There is not a lease for the building. The commissioners have not been presented with a lease for the facility, and there's still room for give and take with the community and with the county citizens about how that courthouse be developed and carried forward. Am I right, Commissioner Hutchins?
You're right.
So we're here to listen to you and to try to take questions back and help better familiarize the county citizens with the facts as we know them, and if we need to make some changes and adjustments, do just that. I'm not here to argue with anybody, I'm here to try to help, so.
Well, who's running our county commission as, is it DCC or is it, as our position?
Ma'am, I'm not.
That was that.
And before you arrived, I did tell them that I feel like that our officials are serving in good faith, that I feel like that each of the officials goes to serve for the betterment of the community, and that you have our interests at heart.
Thank you.
Was the DCC ever chastised for publishing that they had permission, and I've seen on websites where they're saying what they're going to do. Who gave them permission, if anybody, to say that? Were they chastised in any way by anybody?
I don't know that they were chastised. I think a lot of their, Mr. Hutchins has been on the board longer than I have. I think a lot of the general things were assessed.
That's basically the county, like this group here, any other group. We don't dictate what they do. Like Noble said, we're in the process of having some type of contract lease drawn up. This is when we come into play. We talked about all the commissioners before this thing is signed. If it is signed, then the best interest of our county will be put at heart. We will know what's going to happen. Some of what you're saying, I haven't heard anything about. I haven't been involved with Essex Levy County. My main interest is the courthouse, the museum, and the people, and the expense of it, you know, and just like you said, we can't chastise Essex Levy County what they want to advertise more than what we can for what y'all do.
But you would have to admit that it does look like a credibility problem when they do false advertising like this. And we feel that we're run over as citizens, that they do this. I have a show of hands of how many people, I want to see what side of the fence we're on. I hope we have assortment here. But can I have a show of hands of how many people are here that would not like this to be the Earl Scruggs Center, our courthouse?
If you ask the question, how many people like to sit at the museum?
Like I said, the Cleveland County Historical Museum.
Okay, can I ask the question again? How many people in here would be willing for their tax dollars to go up $2 million?
It's already 1.5. That renovates the
I'm
inside.
telling you.
Let me ask this.
No, that's over and above what we've got to do in the courthouse. If you don't even use the courthouse, we've got to spend that money to keep the building up. If no one's been in it, I've been in it.
I mean, it shouldn't have been allowed to get in this state.
I agree.
And the
Should have been
county
kept up all
manager
along.
and the commissioner sat on the board when it got this. Hal, you have a question?
Say it saves a historic museum. Does that mean the $1.5 million will be available for that?
The $1.5 million we're talking about spending is gonna be spent on the courthouse.
That's what I'm asking.
It's not gonna be spent on any
Renovation of the building.
museum in it. That's what it's gonna cost us to bring that building up to code so someone can go in it.
So then our things can go back in it. And if we want to spend more money on doing interactive
No,
exhibits,
this is not setting it up for museum. This is just setting it up. The wiring's bad, the stairs is bad, you can't go on the second floor. This is not setting it up to be used. This is just setting it up to preserve it.
and now,
And nobody can
I'm
steal you.
misunderstanding the word setup. What would we have to do to set it up? I mean, what are you referring to? We wouldn't be doing all this interactive stuff if they're spending $2.7 million. We could do without a lot of this. People agree.
I think what he's saying is just, I think what he's saying is just to renovate it so it can just sit there.
Right.
That's all we're looking at, isn't it, Commissioner? That's all we're spending on it, is to get it where it just sits there.
Could the state hotel tax not,
Do what?
the state hotel tax not go to support the museum?
I don't.
Yes, it could. If we make it qualified for tourism.
Yeah, I think that's something that's gonna be spent in different areas.
Well, if the hotel motel tax could be given to, by the city of Shelby for the Don Gibson Theater, yeah.
I can't, I know that.
Tourism.